This is a fucking video where we're reacting to James Bond versus Keanu Reeves.
And it is.
And as you could hear, I am joined by my very good friend, Orson Welles.
William Swan.
Same thing.
Hello.
Hi. So, he knows nothing about this episode. I've seen the animation sneak peek, and that's it.
Yeah. To further this, I have not seen a single James Bond or John Wick movie.
That's brilliant. I've seen quite a few of the Bond films and all 3 Wick films. I'm dreading the fact that there are apparently comics for both, because the last thing I want to fucking see today is fucking comic panels. But did you fucking watch the video where I had a mental breakdown?
I did.
Good. That video was on its own more fun to make than the entire season of Desk of Death Battle was to watch.
Fucking, it seems like you went in on that one.
Hadn't done stop motion in fucking a year at least before then. That was fun to do. Alright, let's press play. There's a Chicken Chompers logo.
Indeed.
James Bond, the world-famous secret agent 007. John Wick, the legendary hitman who did the impossible. Whether they fly solo or operate on behalf of...
Yeah, because there's very few Death Battle characters that do anything that could be classed as impossible.
But which one of cinema's super assassins is packing parabellum, and which one will live to die another day? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
Did he just pull a gun out of a lamp?
Who would win?
You don't? Oh, that did not look great.
From the shores of Crab...
That was probably just because they were in the way, though.
From Russia with love to Moonraker at the edge of outer space, no man has saved the world more times than Bond. James Bond. He's the
Here he is.
There he is.
ever was, the coldest warrior of the swinging 60. After a climbing accident in the French Alps took his parents, the young James
It's already. God.
Already.
Ah!
quickly becoming a commander of the Royal Navy. And when you find the thing you're good at, in his case, wanting murder, never do it for free.
Oh, I'm glad they used
He made them in a
that.
balloon.
Service and became a special agent of MI6. And they were so impressed, he was given his first 2 state-sanctioned assassinations. With this baptism in blood, Bond was granted the legendary 00 status and a license to kill.
Ooh, 7.
As the premier defender of the West, Agent 007 is a jack of all trades when it comes to kicking commie ass and terrorist ass, and basically everyone's ass for the past 60 years. From the novels to the movies to the comics and games, he's been rebooted tons of times, but they're all still Bond.
Ew.
That is a great shot.
Skies, acrobatics, driving, diving, skiing, boating, climbing, horseback riding, airplane pilot, swordsman.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they're compositing Daniel Craig Bond. Partially because, you know, he's basically got nothing that's that important compared to the rest. Because his films are all really grounded.
While it only carries 9 rounds, its small size makes it optimal for concealment.
Like, even like stat-wise and Arsenal, like both. I'm pretty sure it's all classic Bond.
Upon entry, it creates 8 exit wounds, traveling like a bullet, but hitting like a shotgun. Especially deadly considering Bond has the golden eye of an expert marksman, able to take
Oh, they said it, the golden eye.
Yeah, they're making a bunch of references to movie titles throughout the analysis.
I've got one of them.
Deadly disarm. Bond combines multiple martial arts like judo, boxing, Krav Maga, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu, allowing him to keep up even when outnumbered. This mix of styles is likely the Welsh self-defense system known as Goshinqua, which is taught by the modern Special Air Service. Though that all pales in comparison to his greatest ability. Fucking, banging, laying down pipe. He's so proficient at seduction, it actually feels more like a superpower. Look, we're not kidding. He once seduced a female assassin sent to kill him so thoroughly, she threw herself in front of the bullet meant for him. She knew him for less than 2 minutes. Yeah, sometimes Bond does stuff
That's a moment.
describe as superhero shit. Look at this. So why not follow that impulse and give him some
What the fuck is that?
I don't think I want to explain. I also don't remember that film very well.
Gadgetry often complements his knack for problem solving and quick thinking. He's got a pen that'll explode after 3 clicks and disarm
I know about the laser watch.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a safer bet than that pen, especially if you're a compulsive clicker like me. Wait, was I on 3 or 4? He also occasionally wears a light
Joke.
as well as a garrote wire for quiet kills and a grappling hook hidden within his belt buckle. That's only the semi-normal shit. He's carried earbuds that give him super hearing, X-ray shades, ultrasonic coupling grenades, a stun gas keychain, a cell phone taser, exploding remote-controlled drones, a nanosuit that turns him completely invisible, and a frigging jetpack. You've gotta have a hell of a pair of thunderballs to piss off a
What does John Wick have? Like
Guns.
a gun?
He's got a bunch of regular guns, and I think he's got a bulletproof suit,
Oh, I thought we were still talking about him.
which you know Bond has too.
Absolute beauty isn't just good looks. She's packing front-mounted machine guns.
I don't think a bulletproof suit's gonna stop that though.
And of course, the ejector seat. Oh, and good luck trying to break in. This baby is insanely bulletproof.
Does Wick have a car that can bounce off this?
He's got a car, a completely normal Mustang, which you know is a beautiful car, but no, not particularly.
To even out all these crazy gadgets and vehicles they've given to Wick, Fortnite scaling.
That would just win, I think.
But for some, the world is not enough. Though Bond's iterations may vary, one thing remains throughout. Behind that debonair smile and British wit is a broken, soulless shell. A man only good for killing.
And espionage. And fucking.
Now, James wasn't always like this. Not long after getting his 00, he found love, and loved so much he left the Secret Service behind. But there are some lives you can't escape, and some lives
Bing bong. Get fucked.
how hard you try. Sometimes all that's left is to kill the love inside you until all that matters is revenge. There's no denying Bond's psychopathic tendencies. He's killed hundreds of enemy combatants over his career and might just enjoy the act of torture. But what makes me respect him is he never forgets a pun afterward. All that hate and regret wrapped up into one man with nothing to live for. The perfect assassin for a dying empire. Bond is strong enough to hold his own against superhuman henchmen like Oddjob and Jaws, who can lift a man off the ground. He survived being blasted by a Stinger missile, falling hundreds of feet into a river, and having his eggs scrambled. At his best, he's even fast enough
Ouch.
to dodge gunfire
Yep.
nearly point blank and missiles.
Yeah, don't think Wick's gonna compare to that.
Oh, this is the superhero shit we were talking about. Time and time again.
I'm pretty sure Wick
They're
is.
compositing the video games as well.
Yeah. I mean, they're compositing Craig. I think the video games are more fair than Craig. Because they're all still meant to represent the same Bond, while Craig's are explicitly a different timeline.
Oh.
Which, if I recall correctly, also happened in Austin Powers. But that's why we love the old Scottish so-and-so. Who else could escape a giant space laser by kite surfing on a tsunami? What more can we say about 007?
No, you're not missing any context to that one.
And nobody does it better.
This happens like that.
Just what's going on.
Screw up, like really badly, like make the worst mistake ever, so bad you're just fucked for the rest of your life.
Yup.
Yes. Let's lay out a hypothetical. You see a car that you like, but its owner won't sell. So you follow him home, beat him senseless, steal his car, and kill his dog. The dog his beloved wife gifted.
I did a theory on how the dog's actually alive.
Very recently.
I heard.
I think it's quite reasonable.
This man, well, he just happens to be the single deadliest assassin in the entire world. He may be called Baba Yaga, but he's not the boogeyman. He's the one you sent to kill the goddamn boogeyman, John Wick. So yeah, that's what.
I mean, Baba Yaga's also not technically the boogeyman. I think Crochet the Deathless is probably closer to the boogeyman just because, you know, they're at least the same gender. But no one knows Crochet the Deathless outside of certain areas, so.
enough to scare the living daylights out of even the most hardened murderers. Wick is a master martial artist, combining several schools into an all-purpose fighting style that focuses on maximum efficiency with minimal effort. Almost no one who has fought him directly has lived to tell the tale. So
No comics for Wick. That's good.
Reeves combined sambo, aikido, judo, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu for defensive joint locks, throws, and wrestling moves to avoid as much damage to himself as possible while using his opponent's own weight against him. Though his go-to is Krav Maga, which is designed to take all the best moves from various martial arts to make the ultimate fighting style. While most martial arts are designed with other purposes in mind, like exercise, Krav Maga's entire goal is basically murder.
It's like they're trying to hype up Wick's skills if they didn't say that Bond has that exact martial art too.
Right.
Along with Muay Thai, which is like the other deadliest. Oh.
I know about the pencil.
Yeah, everyone knows the pencil.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Continental, he doesn't have to rely on writing utensils to execute his victims. Imagine a chain of hotels around the world.
Yeah, I mean, a real man wouldn't use a pencil, he'd use a stapler. Yeah. So, all those weird gadgets Bond has, this is what Wick has.
Nice. Watch the John Wick movies.
Yeah, you fucking should.
Seems like they hurt.
I mean, yeah.
Wick eventually joined the Tarasov mob and quickly became one of their top enforcers, a grim reaper who hunted their enemies with divine prejudice. But maybe this angel of death was more human than we first thought. After years of being a badass,
That sound is seriously bothering me.
the love of his life and retired. Wow, I wonder how that first date conversation went.
I wonder if it's gonna explode.
I guess he put the
I'm just, oh, I'm so bothered.
boss gave him an impossible task. He could leave if he wiped out every last one of the mob's enemies in a single night, which he did, because human or no, he's still John Wick.
He's not even,
Footage from.
he wasn't even like clicking it at that point. Like, he was just 2 frames.
Like, really badly. Great job, Theon. You never missed. That wasn't just some dawn, but a semblance of hope. The opportunity to breathe unalone. His last tether to a happy life. So Wick was back with a vengeance. Prepared to kill every last person that got in his way until the whole of New York's criminal underworld had been razed by his bloody crusade. Over the course of the 3 movies, which spanned only about 2 weeks, Wick left over 300 bodies in his wake.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think Jesus would have done that. Sorry.
You're going to die. There's no escape. He survived being stabbed, rammed by cars, shot in the stomach, blown up, mutilated, and knocked off of a 10-story building, all within a fortnight. Oh, and
He said
That's
it.
right, Bloomstick. He is in Fortnite.
this movie had time to heal, or the ones from the movie before that. We cannot emphasize this enough. John Wick is unstoppable. He's strong enough to toss around
Fucking hell.
snap bone, and body slam 2 assassins through a bulletproof glass floor. Wick absolutely annihilated his former terrorist.
How much of a strength feat is that? Because wouldn't that body slam through the floor be mostly gravity?
Army of
Yeah.
attacking him at random, one after the other, every few minutes.
I should know, like, when it comes to the explosion feats, Bond was right next to the explosion that, hit his vehicle. Wick was, like, outside when the building exploded.
Solace to rest, like we said, completely unstoppable. Outgunned.
So not exactly comparable.
He's completely unstoppable, except for the fact that literally every other combatant in this season would kick the living shit out of him.
Or he dies trying.
I know people are going to be upset with the idea that Harley Quinn would beat John Wick, but she'd fucking destroy him. It wouldn't even be close. Which is really funny. Alright, let's see how this
Hey,
goes.
go.
The exploding pen, there you go.
He's not one to be taken lightly. Be careful, 007. And happy hunting.
Get a look at that Bond model. The hand. It's so polygonal. I love it.
Unfortunately, I wasn't asking Baba Yaga. Now you can come with me, or we can do this here.
Killing isn't permitted on company grounds.
Lucky you.
Seems you got me at a disadvantage. You won't mind giving a dead man walking one last smoke?
What does MI6 want with me?
Your reputation precedes you. I'll be sure to keep on.
No. You won't.
Get fucking owned. That sad face he had. He looked genuinely like really torn up.
Ooh, the suplex.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't Bond's like shotgun pistol have sort of, you know, just shattered on impact with Wick's bullet and, you know, gone around it and hit Wick?
Uh-oh.
To be entirely honest, I lost count.
Wick must have been so confused by that. What the hell does he mean?
Yeah, John's like, what the fuck? What? You lost count of what?
How many bitches you don't have?
Uh-oh. John Wick versus a fucking car.
It's John Wick versus Bumblebee. I'm actually really hoping that we'll get an Aston Martin Transformer in the collaborative line, because, like, it'd be so cool. Ah, now there's minimal jank. See, that's much better.
The car's just kind of going off in the background.
Okay, I guess a bulletproof suit can just no-sell minigun fire. Oh. That was... I mean, that was a cool...
That one.
That was a cool shot, but... Why would the sight go red with blood if he shot him in the chest?
What comes around goes around, as they say.
Come in. What's the mission status?
Smashing. Positively smashing.
Oh, I get it, because he smashed the chandelier on him.
Mm-hmm. He killed him with a fucking chandelier.
It wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad, yeah, I enjoyed that. It had plenty of its problems, but, you know, a lot of the jank was just at the start.
I love the suplex.
The suplex was good. I like the bulletproof suit's just immune to Gatling gun fire, but a pistol do it. That was a cool shot, the reference to the Bond intro.
Maybe it's a Bond brand super pistol. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mayhaps it was the spread shot bullet or whatever.
Didn't spread though. I think it would have been cool, like when Bond fired, when the two bullets like hit each other, that Bond's bullet split around Wick's. That would have been a cool shot, but you know.
That would be cool.
He's landed accurate shots just as well as Wick ever has, but more importantly, he has a faster quick draw.
That's right. Despite being played by Neo himself, Wick has never dodged bullets. Bond, on the other hand, has. And that superior speed gave him an edge in both close-quarter combat and on the draw.
Though since both had body armor, the fight probably wasn't going to be won by guns alone. That's where Bond held his biggest advantage, his gadgets.
There was
Yeah, no
way
shit.
Wick would see an exploding pen or a laser watch coming, and that's the whole point of Bond's gadgets.
I mean, in this case, he kind of did, didn't he? Like the laser watch didn't do anything the first time, and he knew it was coming the second time. So
Even against numerically superior foes,
Oh, the pen's gonna explode. I'm calling it here.
He wasn't. Bond may have been the spy who loved me, but against Wick, he was going to live and let die. And you can bet tomorrow never dies. Nailed it. Look, I just had to fit the last few movies in, okay? Oh, wait, shit! I forgot about Octopussy!
The winner is Bond.
I wonder if they actually kept track of how many times he clicked the pen.
I mean, they probably didn't need to because there were like long gaps between the cutaways.
Right, but it'd be neat if they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Oh!
Yup, there it is.
It's the fucking man versus Apocalypse. I don't dislike
The
Apocalypse.
fucking man.
I don't dislike Apocalypse, but like, it's fucking Black Adam, man. And
Black
Apocalypse
Adam's
is
pretty cool.
indeed his second best matchup. I'm sorry, Viv.
That's true. I am more of a Black Adam versus Doctor Doom guy.
It is a better matchup. It just is.
Man, I think the thing I'm excited for most for this next episode is for the joke to die.
What I'm excited for most is for a really good Shazam shout, because the last Shazam episode we had Shazam instead of anything like really impressive, and then the DBX had Shazam, 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 Shazam. It's like, come on.
Like a Street Fighter 2 move. Sonic Boom.
Just as deadpan, in fact, yes.
Tiger uppercut.
Yeah. Going back to the start of this fight. Let's have a quick rewatch, you know, while we're here. I still think the Bond model is just uncomfortable to look at. It's
Yeah, it's a little strange, but they work with what they got.
They can make models. I like the idea that like Wick was just on his phone. What do you think he was doing on that?
Scrolling Reddit.
He was just reading. He was just going through. No, he was just looking at hot takes on Reddit and Twitter. No, that's Wick's pastime. He shoots him right in the. Who's screaming in the background? Do you hear that?
It did.
Like, where is anyone? That was quite janky. I like this. It's a pause for some character.
What does MI6 want with me?
Your reputation precedes you. I'll be sure to keep up.
No, you won't.
It's a nice moment for some character. I like that.
Yeah, someone pointed out in that shot, because that's the shot they use for the teaser, that Bond's legs look a little short.
Yeah, they did. Oh, there's your favorite scene. He goes
Yeah,
suplex in a
but that
spear.
said, Bond might just have short legs normally.
Okay, there was 10 clicks.
To be entirely honest, I lost count.
So it shouldn't explode. Because 3 to explode, 4 not, another 3, another not, and then 2. Unless I missed 1, there was only 10 clicks there. So there should have been 11 clicks for it to explode.
Unless he clicked before he walked into the room.
That's possible too, yeah. I think he might have. So yeah, then it would make sense. And that'd be cool.
There's a cell phone app controlling his phone. That's funny.
He just pulls out a fucking assassination classroom knife.
I love the action with them dodging around pillars and like sliding under the bullets from the car.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
really cool.
I think that's really good. This whole sequence is really good. I like this.
And then him just tanking bullets.
It's weird because like he'd at least get knocked over. This is a really cool like reference, but why was I don't know how that makes sense, but I guess he shot through the gun.
Well, I always assumed it was the barrel of the gun, not the scope, because I understand it's viewing Bond there, but there's like a spiral on the inside. I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
the name
true,
for
that's
it.
true.
I don't remember.
I think that was cool. It's weird they make him win with a gadget, but the thing he actually does with the gadget isn't terribly like unique. He could have done it with a gun.
Rifling, that's what it's called. Since there's rifling in it, I always assumed it was just the barrel of it.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm pretty sure it is. It's just weird that it looks like blood trickling down.
It's weird that Q groans at the pun, because it doesn't seem like Q knows what he did.
What's the mission status? Oh, it's positively smashing. The fuck are you on about? Just tell me how it's fucking going, you dumb shit.
It wouldn't be James Bond if he didn't quip.
Yeah. Let me go back to the start. I want to see. I'm pretty sure he did click the pen. Once, like, in the elevator. Okay, that doesn't help.
They really focus on the pen in this episode.
Probably because one has an exploding pen and the other one's John Wick. That's probably why.
Killed guys with a pencil.
I'm a bit upset that he didn't pull out like a number 2 pencil and we got pen versus pencil in a death battle official. That would have met that. You have no idea how happy that would make me. The goated. Oh, he went to shoot Bond right in the dick.
Yeah, that is aimed directly at his pelvis.
I think there's a screaming. I guess there's no
And
bartender.
as Boomstick said, that's Bond's greatest weapon.
Yeah. That.
I like the music too. The music really feels like
The
James
music
Bond.
fits. Doesn't feel like John Wick though. I didn't feel any John Wick. Which you wouldn't know, but because James
Right.
Bond's theme is like iconic, but Wick's is not. But Wick's is more like do 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 do, like that sort of like slow thumping like thriller sort of sound.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh God,
I think
look!
I've heard some Bond music before.
Look at Bond's
What am I
right
looking
hand.
at?
What's happening to his right hand right there?
Are his fingers shorter?
Oh, what is with this model? It's so confusing. And
I
he's doing
think it's
the
just the angle that we're at
He's-
that it looks kind of weird.
he's doing the Mat Pat pose too. You know, behind a podium, arms out, hands open.
Yeah.
He's holding a cigarette.
Seems you've got me at a disadvantage. You won't mind giving a dead man walking one last smoke?
What does MI6 want with me?
Your mum.
Your reputation precedes you. I'll be sure to keep up.
Okay, I'm waiting for the pen because I want to give it another recount. That does not count. That's not the pen. That's a cigarette. Yeah, this would have been a great moment for the board to like shatter, but you know. Okay, he pulls out the pen, I think, after the suplex. Yeah, he does that. He avoids the laser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep. And there's no click when it hits the ground.
To be entirely honest, I lost count.
Get ligmid. They just
I also
unharmed
like
by
that the
that.
implementation of the pen is that Wick pulls it off of Bond and tries to kill him with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then this whole scene's just really, really cool.
Yeah, I think this is great. I feel like this is an episode that a lot of people are going to dislike because, you know, there's no like high flying super fast action. But I like this. I think this is good. I was concerned because someone said that this would be an episode that we have a very different opinion on. Which confuses me.
Yeah, if I recall, Biff already has his script written up for this.
Of course he does. Yeah. I like the muffled, like, Wick got shot, so, you know, his body's going into some form of shock.
Right.
So his hearing's muffled, that's good.
What comes around goes around, as they say.
I thought it was what goes around comes around.
I think it just differs depending on where you are. I don't know why the car stops, but I like Bond using Wick as a fucking meat shield to block the Gatling gun fire. I kind of wish that he used a different gadget to do this, like something that would be unique, because he already used the watched laser, and Wick saw it coming. So that kind of goes against what they said, that he would never see it coming. But yeah, aside from that, and a couple janky moments, and the fact that Bond's model looks so funny, it's fine. I like this.
I do like the way that they implemented some of the gadgets. I think the pen is neat, and the wrist laser's fine, and then the rocket cigarette is a very good scene. I like that little bit of character.
Yeah.
I wish they'd implemented like at least like one more gadget. I mean, I guess the car counts because it's like a Swiss Army car.
Then the car uses only one gadget too.
Some of the weirder stuff, like the invisibility cloak, or like the drones. Or
how fucking cool would it have been if there was like a scene in the dark, right? Because they brought up how Wick can sort of like vanish from view, like Batman. And like I had that against the like invisibility cloak. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, I imagine like maybe Bond ducks around a corner, and like it turns out his invisibility is like, oh, I lost him, and like Wick saw him turn invisible, so he knows where he is, and he just like shows up behind him and like throws him off a balcony or something.
Yeah, that would have been really nice. I get budgetary restraints though. I understand. That's a lot more extravagant than just like saying instead of the laser that knocks down the chandelier, he shoots the wrist rocket. Something different that he hasn't used. Or instead of just kicking Wick onto the car, he uses the laser and its unique property of being really fucking fast to knock Wick back before Wick can react. You know. Something like that. But, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
This is good. This has been a good episode.
Yeah, I think I'd give that like a solid 8. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think I'd give it a similar score. I think that was good. I'm glad to have a more grounded episode.
Yeah, it's always cool when they can do grounded episodes really well. I'd have to rewatch Snake vs. Sam to see if I feel any kind of similar way about the two, but this definitely gives like that kind of energy of.
I think what gives it. Oh no, keep going.
I like the energy of like, as insane as both of these guys are, like underneath all the suit and stuff, they're still more or less like a human being. So like, it's trying not to get hit and using your gadgets to outlast. Because as soon as someone can like get in a good like shot on you, or like cut the right part of your body with a knife or something like that, you're done.
Which, you know, happened to both Wick and Bond, and they kept going. But you know, just saying. Like Bond looks like he's been stabbed, like basically right in the heart there.
Yeah, or at least it would have punctured like a lung.
Yeah, but one of the things this has in common with Snake Sam, you know, in Snake Sam, they bring up a bunch of like other places in their world, like is he part of Raven's Sword or that and that. They do a similar thing here where Wick brings up MI6 and he's like, "What does MI6 want with me?" Like it's a very small thing, but it adds to like the world of this very small, like very short battle. They're like, Bond is aware of Wick by reputation beforehand. Wick is aware of MI6 and who Bond is as well, without Bond really needing to introduce himself.
I think it's an interesting contrast that Snake and Sam do not know who each other are, but they have theories based on their own experience. I think it adds like a different layer to it, that both of these guys are well aware of each other and what they've done and roughly what they're capable of.
Yeah, and you know, it also like makes sense how Wick reaches into Bond's pocket to pull out a pen to attack him. Like, he probably figures that Bond has something in there by reputation. Like, that makes sense. You can make sense of that. And it also makes sense with Snake Sam that they wouldn't know despite their reputation, because they're mostly stealth operatives above everything else. So it would be sensible that if they're far apart, they might not know who each other are. So, that's cool. I like that bit of, like, not really world building, because there's not much of a world, like pseudo world building, faux world building, apartment building. Wait, no, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, I like that. I also like the first real exchange they have. Well, aside from the "I want to be alone" thing, Wick tells him that killing isn't permitted on company grounds. And Bond's response is just, "Lucky me," because Bond has a license to kill, which supersedes the high table rules. I like that.
It is fun.
He's like, "Lucky me," because like Wick can't kill him. But then Wick has killed on company grounds before. It got him excommunicated, which he's not going to get excommunicado in this world because he's fucking dead. But
As I'm sure you know, if you've listened to the right songs, being excommunicado wasn't more than he could handle.
yes. Who do you think was done better in their rap battle? Bond, or Wick?
I think Zach Sherwin is able to portray some parts of Wick pretty well, but I don't know. He does this weird. Cause I haven't seen the John Wick movie, so I don't know how accurate it is. But he bobs his head a whole lot, and it's kind of distracting. It seems like they're rapping against a bobblehead,
Yeah,
and also he has some kind of silly lines.
To quiver and bows.
Bitcoin, no. Hitcoin, certainly.
I found that so
Meanwhile-
funny though.
Daniel Craig Bond, at least in his rap battle, was portrayed fairly well, and then
He goes so hard.
I think Lloyd portrays older Bond pretty well. He's specifically going for a Sean Connery look, right?
Yeah, it's not really older Bond, it's technically younger Bond. Well, no, it's technically two completely unrelated Bonds, now I think about it.
Right. But I think both versions of Bond are portrayed fairly well in their rap battles.
Yeah.
I'm not. Again, I don't know much about either film franchise. But
I think both of them lost, though. Both Bond and Wick, I think, lost. Bond definitely had much harder blows on Powers, but I feel like Powers just had, the energy to sort of diffuse a lot of what Bond was... all that aggression that Bond had, and Powers...
Austin Powers is definitely the protagonist here.
Yeah. But Bond had so many, far more harsh disses than what Wick was carrying. Wick had, frankly, nothing but flow for a lot of his. Excremental Ex-Commando, that's not very hard-hitting, is it?
I'm delivering blows, and when I do, it won't help to make fists with your toes.
Yeah, he's hyping up Rambo while saying that he'll beat him up, as if Rambo doesn't scale up.
It's kind
that
of
way.
silly in the first place how it starts with, "Ooh, I'm gonna need a dinner reservation for two."
Oh, that makes sense, because a dinner reservation is code for
Yeah,
cleanup service.
I
something
know
like
that reference, and I get it, but it's just the way that he opens it up with "ooh."
What would he said if he was fighting one of them? He'd be like, "Mom, I'm gonna need a dinner reservation for one." I'm gonna get up the lyrics so I can take a look at his full rap again, because obviously this one is the one of the more recent ones. I'm just saying that in case one comes out before this video is up, which I doubt. Because when you look at what John McClane had coming in, he brought up Rambo being a prisoner of war. He said that his acting falls flat. He brings up Wick's missing finger. He brings up the dead dog, and he brings up the dead wife. McClane goes really hard on Wick, and Wick's response is, "Only one of us to go 3 chapters without sucking." That wasn't bad, and that's frankly about it that he has for disses. And then Rambo, no comment.
It's been 8 months since the last epic rap battle. That's wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Should I play the epic rap battle? No. Should I? Should I play the epic rap battle in the Hyper Beam?
I don't think you should. It would be funny, but I think we should hold off.
Okay. Yeah, I think McClane won, and I think Powers won, but having known both characters from their films, I'd say that Craig Bond was probably done the best, and then Connery Bond's just under, and then John Wick's the worst. He's not bad or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, I was more bothered by Sherwin's voice. He's going for a Wick impression. It sounds right at points, but other times, with the ho ho ho, it sounds so weird. That line is just
Ho ho, the quivers and bows. I'm delivering blows.
it's weird. I get it. Die Hard, Christmas
People
movie.
pointed out that Zach Sherwin would make a really good Borat.
Oh god, yes! Give us Borat versus someone. Borat versus. Oh wait, would that maybe be too insensitive with how Borat is?
Considering ERB's past and what they have made jokes about, I'm sure it's not territory they wouldn't touch.
But then, like, would they nowadays would they go back and make jokes like they did with like Lady Gaga and Clint Eastwood's bars? Would they really doing that nowadays if they did them again?
One of the most recent ones is Joker versus Pennywise,
Right, yeah.
and
Yeah, the Heath Ledger bar. That's true. That's true.
yeah, I don't think it's off the table. No.
Yeah, they could. But then how often have they done straight up racist stuff outside of the obvious one?
Oh. Clint Eastwood says something pretty racist.
That's
in
the
his.
obvious one. The
Um,
sweatshop worker line, the squinting. Ooh. Chinese checkers, which is not
yeah.
even Chinese. I'm pretty sure.
they say all that. Is Clint Eastwood known to be like a really racist person?
No, I think like I don't think he is not. I'll say that the character he plays sometimes probably would do that. But
Right.
yeah. The Chinese checkers one's just weird because like the game is from Germany, which, you know, I don't know, I don't think I need to tell you this, but that's not China.
It's not.
It's not. I have to quickly go do something though, so probably gonna wrap this up soon.
For me.
But first, I'm gonna take a quick look at the comments. Disappointing to use a model based on Daniel Craig's Bond. Shouldn't be. I suppose that's lights out for Mr. John Wick. That would have been a better pun for Bond to use. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna go now, because I really need to do something quickly for my mother.
Okay.
So, this was fun. I enjoyed the episode, hope you did too. I know you did.
I did.
And see you everyone watching. Go support my Patreon.